So today I have my friend Tami.
Hey, Brandy.
Joining me today.
I am a multi-platinum songwriter. I've written for Whitney Houston, Keisha Cole, Monica, SWV, and countless others.
I wanted to just talk about women and women helping each other and helping each other be accountable, and that is possible.
Yeah, it is. Because I think that's a misconception, is that, for one, women always think it's a competition.
And I felt that with other people though. Maybe ones that were doing the same thing, that were actually going after the same thing. But I feel like that really shouldn't even matter, because what's for you is for you, and it doesn't really matter if we're going after the same thing. Because it's only one thing you're going to be able to get that's up for getting. And if neither one of us are going to get it, like, somebody else is going to get it. So that's why I don't really ever understand the concept of people not helping each other, even if you're going after the same thing.
Yeah.
We're both in the entertainment industry. We were at the same company, but we helped each other.
So I remember passing by and I was like, oh, she's pretty. And I think I told you, I was like, you're pretty, or something like that. But it, to me, was like an introduction that evolved into a friendship, because after that, then it was like, well, let's do lunch. Right. Or, you know, let's like learn about each other. And you know, a lot of times that doesn't happen in the workplace unless it's like a gathering and you kind of just get to know each other because you're having a luncheon with the rest of the staff. Right. So, but we made it our thing.
When we went too much, we just clicked. We were just like, okay, we're both ambitious. Yeah. We were both after something. I think maybe after a lunch or two, that's when we kind of both discovered we were both trying to get out of there, right? So we were trying to get out. So literally, we actually like came up with plans. We were like, slide each other, girl, I found this. Here, like, look at that, go to this website, do this. And we really did it. Like, we really were holding each other accountable. And we had what I coined power lunches. So we would just go to lunch, we would brainstorm, we would, you know, even just talk about life and things like that. So it ended up becoming this thing where not even just the plans, I feel like, got us out of there, but the energy, you know, you can't really deny that. Once you have like two forces on something, it really can't help but to manifest.
I love the fact that we were able to support each other, lend advice, share content, inspiration. You know, you would tell me some of your life lessons, I would tell you some of my stuff. And even though she's in acting and I'm in music, there was such a parallel of, you know, our direction and where we were trying to go. We would dream together. We would just talk about, you know, where we see ourselves. And like you said, it just eventually starts to manifest. So you put me on to the planner.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Oh my God.
We even got the same planners. Like, we were so serious.
So serious. I mean, from the time I ordered it, once I got it, I was like, I mean, I still use it to this day. And it's like 2 years old.
Right. You just crossed out the dates. You're like, this date.
But it kept me so on point, because it had the inspiration in the front, and then also the calendar. I could go through my day as of today, or I can go through the month and just kind of plan out stuff, and it was just a godsend. So I appreciate that.
Not even just like the motivational parts and, like I said, like the planning of it. Like, sometimes you kind of need someone to bounce off things that are not happening as well, because, you know, for me, it wasn't so smooth, you know, and a lot of times it was me. It wasn't necessarily like what was or wasn't happening, but I always feel like what is or isn't happening is because of something that I'm putting out there. So sometimes you kind of need that, and then, you know, we put each other in check. You know, like you in your head.
You would check me on certain things. I wouldn't get offended by it, more so than like, oh, you know what, dang, you're right. Okay. I'm tripping. I need to get on it.
I really would love to see more women do that with each other.
Out of all of the friendships that, you know, I valued, with ours, it was more consistent because we knew we had intention. We were going to meet, talk about where we are and where we're trying to go, and then we're going to assess, are we there? Are we doing everything that we said we were going to do to get to that goal? Right. You know, and so I just felt like that really that's something that I think all women should have, is an accountability partner, somebody that's going to be honest with you, who supports you, who, you know, has different ways of doing things, different strategies, right? Because we learn from each other.
Sometimes you do need people who have opposing views to things. that does things differently, move a little differently, you know, act different or whatever, then it opens you up to like all of these ideas.
Yeah. We still hold each other accountable. We're not with each other or in the same building, or, you know, working with each other every single day. But we do have those calls, those power calls where we're sometimes on the line for an hour or so, just kind of getting things out and talking about what we're currently going through and what we're working towards, and just really acting as that support, you know. But it's real. It's not anything that's made up. It's a true friendship that has been developed just over holding each other accountable.
When you also see someone else's progress, it's kind of like, man, like, okay, this is really working, right? It's possible because like we put in the work, and we know we're doing the work separately, and you got to choose wisely too. Yeah. You got to choose somebody, you know, that you know is going to be on top of it, not somebody you have to drag this out of them, because it becomes more work over you. Like, I spend all my time helping you, right? And my stuff is over there like, ma'am, you gonna come back over here? So I feel like, you know, with that, when I see like her doing, you know, workshops and seminars, and, you know, go to her YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, YouTube channel.
You know, when you see that, it's like, wow, okay, like this is really like happening. And so, and it becomes a thing where it's happening for both of you.
But just sitting back and listening to what you have going on, it gives me new inspiration. So where I'm like, oh wow, that's what she's working on. And it doesn't come from a place of like hating or jealousy or envy like we were saying earlier. It is that inspiration that also can kind of refuel you to where you're like, tomorrow I'm kicking, but tomorrow, oh, I can't wait. I already know what my day is gonna look like.
And not that I like actively like look for this person, like, okay, I gotta do a goal, let me find somebody. I think just like I want it, and not just for me, just wanting someone for me. I like to do that for other people as well. So it's just an attraction thing. Like it just ends up where somebody naturally just falls into your life like that because you put it out there.
I was just about to say, the thought of knowing that, okay, it's time for me to have an accountability partner, speaking that already and taking accountability for the fact that you need one,
right?
And you're open to it, I think that then starts the process of being able to attract that, you know, you're attracting that energy of someone who's like-minded, you know, who also has goals and aspirations, but is willing to be upfront with you and, you know, not worried about hurting your feelings because it's coming from a safe place.
Once you find that person, just, you know, y'all just enrich each other, because I promise you, you'll get there. We said it one day, you know, almost 2 years ago, and we're here now.
Yep.
You know, still growing.
Go girl.
Going through the challenges, but at the same time, like, you still know at least you have somebody to bounce that off of.
Yep.
Or if you're looking for one, like, find somebody in these comments here.
Yeah.
That can help you. So you don't even have to have someone that's physically there. Like I said, I wasn't in the same state with her for like 8 months at one point.
Right.
And, you know, I'm not about to be again. So, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
Because the connection is there. You have all types of forms of communication.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Tami.
No problem.
So yeah, just leave me a comment. You can like, subscribe. Just let me know if you have an accountability partner or someone that, you know, that's in your life that can help you. And I will see you next time. Bye.